Hey guys, it's Dr. Kresimir here. On today's video, we're gonna be covering thoracic posture, lower neck, upper back, how to not just avoid getting and staying in this position, but how we get there, the common mistakes that people make when trying to correct this type of posture. So if you're concerned about the extra hours that you're spending sitting, driving, working from home, you don't want to develop a posture that looks like this, you're concerned about your children gaming on their mobile devices with them spending extra hours in this position, we're going to cover all of that today with specific exercises on how to get out of it. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Kresimir. I'm a chiropractor here in London, Ontario, Canada. I help people live extraordinary lives through chiropractic care. On the video, we're going to be covering not just the importance of the thoracic spine, but the main things that you have to be doing, because it's different. Correcting posture and structure are two very different things. So we're going to be talking about that on today's video. Okay, so when we're talking about, let's get into it right now. I'm going to share why this is important first, and then I'll get to, I have 3 exercises for you to try at the end. Not the be all and end all, but important starters for consistency. So the first thing that's important to understand is there is a big difference, and I'm asked this all the time. There's a big difference between bad structure and bad posture. Okay, so bad posture is, you know, I'm relaxing and I'm slouched and someone says, hey, straighten up, and I can straighten up. Bad structure is when I'm in this position for so long, and you'll notice this start to happen, right? Bad structure is when your body's starting to get used to this position and somebody says straighten up, and now it's a little bit more challenging. I feel like my neck's kinked. I can't really get my head back against the wall if I were to try to put it against a wall. Those are signs of bad structure. When things like that start to creep in, that means that the joints and the tissues are already starting to break down to the point where it's affecting your ability to move. And that's an issue, you know, and well, can chiropractic correct something like that? You know, people ask this all the time. You can't out chiropractic. Don't get me wrong, chiropractic is amazing. The purpose of chiropractic is to improve spinal mobility, making the nerve system work better. And chiropractic is wonderful, but you can't out chiropractic, you know, 12 to 11 hours of poor posture. We have to come up with a different solution. Okay, so solution number 1 is to spend more time moving your body, right? So really, if you're sitting there going, well, I wonder, you know, what it is I can do. Well, you can't quit your job. I mean, if you can, that's awesome, right? If you can quit and move to Mexico and live on the beach and work from there, that would be amazing. But more realistically, the first thing that you want to do is you want to get up and you want to move more. Okay, that's tip number 1. So it's called the Pomodoro method, and the Pomodoro method is when you set a little timer for 50 minutes and then you reset it again for 10 minutes. So it's an hour time slot. You're working for 50 minutes, and then for 10 minutes you're up and in an upright position, and you're just moving. You don't have to do anything specific other than getting out of this position. Now, the issue with this position, and this is why we're going to spend time on the thoracic spine. When you slouch in this position like this, you'll notice that it affects my upper back, but it also affects my neck. So people are like, well, what can I do to fix my neck? If your thoracic spine looks like this, and the only way we know this for sure is through an assessment. So if that's you, if you're wondering, well, which one is the bigger culprit? You have to, you know, book a consultation with a structural chiropractor and find out, because they'll be able to tell you, or they should be able to tell you. But if your thoracic spine looks like this, there's no way we can improve the structure of your neck until we improve the structure of your thoracic spine. Okay, so I gave you tip number 1 was to move more. I'm gonna show you 3 exercises that you can do from home that will help you with this. And you're gonna be needing some tools. Okay, so the tools that I'm gonna be using today are a foam roller, high density, I have a meter stick here, or a yardstick, depending on where you're from. Probably not the best option. I would prefer a broom handle, something more solid, but this is what I had available, and I want to show you how to make this work even if you don't have the best tools available. And the other one is really simply just a chair. All right, so I'm gonna show you the first exercise. I bet you it's an exercise that you know, but there has been some errors or mistakes that I've seen in the past, so I would like to address them now. So it's this, right? Foam roller under the thoracic spine, spending time over the foam roller in this position. Here's the mistake. You know, running this thing up and down your back like this is great for the muscles, does zero to change the structure of your spine. We're looking for spinal plasticity, which means that we need time under tension in the other way. Remember, you're sitting like this for hours a day. In order to reverse this position, we have to get your body into the other position. So if you can find on yourself where the worst part or the most curve if you're going this way is, you want to put the foam roller under there, interlock your hands, put them behind your head to support your neck. And here's the thing, once you get on that spot, you want to make sure that your core is tight, that your butt's on the ground. Once you're in this spot, you want to maintain the pressure, right? So you don't want to move up and down. You want to find that main spot and you want to try to bring your back the other way over that spot. So here's the thing, it's going to be painful. And if anything is painful, you need to stop, contact a healthcare provider and make sure that you're doing it well. But these exercises can be painful because we're trying to change the ligaments and the tendons around your spine. So the goal number one, once you find this, is to try to, throughout the day, especially if you're very new at the beginning, accumulate 2 minutes in this position. So what does 2 minutes mean? Well, 2 minutes means, let's say that I can only lay like this for 10 seconds before it starts to hurt my back. So I'm gonna lay here, 10 seconds are gonna go by, I'm gonna get up, I'm going to rest my back, work out any kinks that I might be feeling. I'm gonna remember the number was 10 seconds, so 10 seconds, right? And I'm gonna go reposition myself, get back on the foam roller and start the timer again. Let's say I can only do 15 seconds. So the accumulated time would be 25 seconds. I wanna work up to 2 minutes. When I can do 2 minutes straight, I'm gonna work up to 3 minutes straight. When I can do 3 minutes straight, I'm gonna work up to 4 minutes straight, all the way up to 10 minutes. When I'm doing 10 minutes, that's more than enough to start changing the structure the opposite way. Exercise number 2. You're gonna need your chair or bench. What you're gonna wanna do is either grab the handles or grab somewhere that's flat and secure. And what I'm gonna wanna do this time is get my head underneath my arms like this. Right, again, I want to keep my head under control, and I want to make sure that I feel the stretch in my upper back. And again, we're accumulating time in that position. It's going to hurt, especially if you spend a lot of time with your shoulders internally rotated. It can hurt up here. The same thing applies. We're trying to accumulate 10 minutes in that position. Last exercise with the meter stick and the foam roller, you're gonna need a bench to sit on, something nice and flat, like this. This is gonna go between your legs. You're gonna squeeze your knees together. This is gonna go over your shoulder like this. I want your core and your glutes nice and tight because I don't want any rotation coming from your lumbar spine. You're just going to rotate and focus the rotation coming from your upper back. And again, we're just gonna do 5 passes, so 10 aside, focusing on our upper back. And that's it. And you're gonna be nice and consistent, and over time, things should start to move better and your posture can actually change by doing things that way, okay? If you have any comments or questions, please comment below. I would love to answer. Please give this video a like and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything that we're doing here. Have a great day and I'll talk to you soon.